Hello and welcome to Odds Checkers NFL Prop Show. What's going on? I am Matt O'Leary here with Derek Carty and Geoff Fienberg. As always, we are welcoming on John Hyslop as well to the program. So we got a four-headed monster for you today. Love it. A lot of picks to get into. Just to catch you guys up, it was just me and Derek last week, so a tough week for both of us. We went 1-3 on the week, so we're looking to bounce back. As always, we will get you started with the passing prop. We'll go around the table. Let's start it off with Derek first.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Mahomes under 27.5 completions. He hasn't been his usual Patrick Mahomes self this year, and I think a lot of the, Patrick Mahomes isn't elite anymore narratives are overblown, but his underlying projection has gotten worse, and I don't think this is an especially good spot for him. He's facing a decent Green Bay defense that plays at a really slow pace, and so fewer plays should be run here. So for me, under Mahomes, 27.5 completions, negative 135.
All right, there we go. Geoff, let's kick it over to you, man. What do you got for us this week for a passing?
I'm going to stay in that game, and I'm going to, from a prop perspective, going into, I guess, quite a bit of a large odd situation, but I'm going desperately on the hunt still for Jordan Love rushing yards. I'm unable to find anything. Hopefully at some point they will put something up for me. I'll take the over on anything they want to put out unless it's crazy. But until then, 5-1 for me. Anytime touchdown for Jordan Love. They'll get into the red zone. He'll use his legs, take advantage of it. It's one of the strengths we're clearly aware of as it pertains to Jordan Love. I believe out of necessity or desperation, we'll be seeing quite a bit of his legs and the opportunities that come with playing a Chiefs defense. He'll take those free yards. But for this case, I'm going to bank on the anytime touchdown 5-1 for Jordan Love.
I love it. Getting creative there. Nice. Let's kick it over to John. Welcome aboard, John. What do you got for us to start?
I'm going to stay in that same game. Jordan Love, same thing. I don't think the books they don't have a book on him. So his interception prop to not throw a pick is plus 170. To me, I mean, I don't see why you don't take that. It's the Chiefs have intercepted, I think, 6 passes all season. There's no chance the Packers are going to have this guy, trying to do too much. I bet you they try to run a lot with Dillon and Jones. It just feels like something. I mean, like I said, at plus 170, I'll take a shot on that.
Absolutely. Love it. I'm going to come back to that game later for my bonus, hint. But for my first passing prop, I'm going to go Lamar Jackson over 242.5. He's averaging right around 277 per game. He's gone over that number in 4 of his last 5. And for me, Minnesota is 17th in the NFL in passing yards allowed per game at 246.1. I think they come out throwing a little bit, and I think he clears that number at 242.5. Some pretty good value there. All right, back around the wheel again. We'll go rushing. Derek, what do we got this week?
I'm looking at Myles Gaskin over 44.5 rushing yards, negative 114. With Malcolm Brown out now, the carries are a lot more consolidated for the Dolphins. He got over 60% of running back carries last week. I feel like they should be running the ball quite a bit in this game. So I like Gaskin over 44.5 rushing yards.
All right, there we go. Over to Geoff.
I'm going to go to Mike Davis, Atlanta Falcons, over 29.5 rushing yards. That's a number he's cleared in 5 of 7 games this year, with the floor in those 5 games being, I believe, 39 rushing yards. There's really only been one game where he hasn't gotten the amount of carries you would have thought that he should get. Now that Ridley's out, even in one of his worst performances of the year, it was a 12 carry, like 13-yard performance. So it was still an effort by the Falcons. There's quite a stank on him and a lot of pieces in this Falcons offense, not named Pitts or Patterson at the moment. But I think this is a pretty low number with Ridley out, that they should be more conservative, and I believe 29.5, that's a low enough floor for me to get in on Davis.
All right, there we go. Up top to John.
I like that same game, but other team, Mark Ingram over 28.5 rushing yards. Same kind of thing. I mean, for one, with that backup Simeon, I doubt they're going to try and get too creative. They don't have to against Atlanta's run D. I think they're like 19th in opponent average yards per rush. Ingram got 6 carries last week, and that was against Tampa. That's like one of the best run defenses in the NFL. I bet you they go to Ingram maybe 10 times this game. We don't need a lot to happen here to get over 28.5.
Love that. All right, absolutely. For me, I'm going over to Jeff's favorite team in the Chargers and going Austin Eckler over 62.5. The Eagles allow the 23rd most rushing yards per game. He's gone over this number in 3 of his last 4. I think it's a big day for Eckler against that Philadelphia defense. Once more around, let's head on back to Derek for a receiving prop. What's sticking out to you this week?
I'm going with the same game you are. I like this Chargers game environment. It projects as the fastest paced game on the slate. The Eagles play at a really fast pace. The Chargers play at a fast pace. So I like a lot of the overs here. I'm going to go with Jared Cook over 27.5 receiving yards, negative 115. It really just comes down to he has a solid role in this offense. There projects to be a lot of plays run here. And so I have him projected for high 30s. So this looks like a pretty good bet to me.
Sweet. There we go. Jeff?
I'm going to take Laviska Shenault, 38.5 yards to the over for me up against Buffalo. Obviously, they'll be conceding a lot of points. Maybe this is even more extended garbage time. But I think this one will be available to us in the end, even if it comes with hair pulling and frustrating drops along the way. Shenault over 38.5 yards.
All right, up top to John.
I like Cordarrelle Patterson over 33.5 receiving yards. He's been used as the running back, but again, they've got a tough matchup this week with the Saints in terms of running the ball. I doubt they're going to be able to do things, but at the same time, they're going to want to get the ball in his hands. We'll see some of those little stupid little bubble screens and stuff like that. 33.5 yards, not a lot for him to get over. I'm taking it.
All right. I love it. I got burned by him a couple times in recent weeks. So I'm staying away, but I respect it. Getting right back on the horse.
No, he's not an easy one to back, but I think this week, just with the angle of the run defense, it's like just don't hand him the ball. Throw it to him.
Absolutely. For me, I'm going with Aaron Jones over 3.5 receptions. 4 weeks in a row over that number. I think with Jordan Love, I think they're going to be trying to, get him some easy completions going and just, check it down a little bit. Again, that's a little bit of a low number. It's not the greatest odds. So maybe if you want to look for something else, I totally get it. But if you're looking for an easy one to cash, I think that's one for you where Love is going to be checking it down a lot against this Kansas City defense. So let's go to a bonus round, once more round. Derek?
I'm going to go back to the Chargers-Eagles game. Again, fast-paced game. I expect a lot of plays to be run, potential for shootout here. I'm going to go with Mike Williams over 55.5 receiving yards, negative 115. His role has changed a little bit in the last couple of weeks, higher ADOT, more shots down the field, so maybe a little higher variance play. But just overall, I have him projected for closer to 70 yards here, so it looks like good value on a game where we should see a bunch of passing plays.
All right, there we go. Jeff?
Yeah, I certainly like that one. Coach Staley's presser. They got to get Williams going again in that rhythm. I am going to the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm taking Higgins to the over of 60.5 yards here. Obviously, there's a multi-headed monster in that Bengals receiving core. The Browns still dealing with all sorts of injuries on the back end. 15 targets 2 weeks ago, came down to 6 last week for Higgins, but he was able to make some huge yardage numbers. Higgins, Burrow, he's getting healthy. I think this is the advantageous receiving matchup for the Bengals in this one.
Absolutely. Up top to John.
I've been wanting to bet this guy for a while. Nico Collins from the Texans. His yardage total is 31.5 this week. I think he goes over that. He's at the Dolphins. Tyrod Taylor's going to start. Apparently, that's what they're saying. So 31.5 is not a lot for him. He has the highest ADOT on the team. Well, one of them with Cooks, but he's the guy that's going to get a deep ball. He could get this on one play. He's been on the field like 60% of the time now, so he's out there. It's not like early in the season where he was barely on the field. 31.5 is not a high bar, especially in the kind of environment I think it's going to be. I think the Texans are going to chase points. I think they can move the ball though against the Dolphins. So this feels right.
All right, I love it. You sold me on that one. For my bonus, I'm going to Jordan Love. Over 245.5 passing and rushing yards combined. He might be able to hit this on just passing alone against that defense. KC's allowing 269.8, so basically 270 passing yards per game. I mean, it's been the year of the backup quarterback so far. Why not, one more time this week?
So we're pretty much a Jordan Love fan club right here. We've got him every single way you could have him.
Absolutely. So we're going to have to check in next week to see how we do with our Jordan Love bets and everything else involved. But that's going to do it for us here in week 9 for the Prop Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time.